Hi, everybody. This is Tom Wilkins. This is Tomcast. How exciting is this, guys? Tomcast here. It's a podcast with friends of mine, right? Right. I got Rebecca Todd sitting across the table from me. She's the pretty one here, and this is her husband, Michael Todd. You have the same
That
last
was
name.
it, same name, yeah.
And my name's Tom Wilkins, and we are so excited to have these guys in here. Now, Michael, I'm going to start with you. You were originally from Magnet Cove, is that right?
So I was born at the Malvern Hospital, but I went to school from kindergarten through 12th at Magnet Cove.
So you're claiming Magnet Cove.
Yeah, I mean, that's where I spent all my formative years.
But did you have a beard back then?
I did not. Yeah,
Okay.
I had a very baby face for a long time.
Baby face?
Yeah.
That's the rumor floating around town that you had a baby face for a long time.
That's what I heard, yeah.
And Rebecca, you've always had a baby face. Where did you grow up?
So I'm a graduate of Bryant, but I was in the Salem community. So,
Okay.
Benton area, but yeah, went to elementary in Salem and then middle school, high school, Bryant.
All right. Now, Michael, you moving along just a little bit, you went to high school in Malvern?
Nope, everything was Magnet Cove.
I said everything was Magnet Cove. I'm a really good listener.
I
aren't
just said K through 12.
Yeah, he did. Okay, my bad.
It's all good.
Yeah, about your high school years.
I graduated in 91 as well.
Okay.
My school was a lot different. So I think his was very small. I've been to a couple of his reunions, and I had more people in my room when I had babies than he had at his reunion for a high school reunion. So there's not many people.
Did they know he was going to be there? Or what was the deal? Huh?
That's
No.
probably what it was. They knew I was going to be there.
So-
Yeah, we'll miss this
Yeah.
one.
So my graduating class was probably about 250, I think, then. And I know that Bryant has just grown up all over the place.
It sure has.
And it's much, much larger now. And then high school years, I was a cheerleader, gymnast.
Didn't you get to go to Hawaii at cheerleading?
That was my freshman year. So that was,
Hawaii? You
yeah,
went
I
to Hawaii?
performed in the Aloha Bowl because I was what they call a superstar girl. I was really good.
Well, things haven't changed much, have they?
No.
Huh? And okay, Michael, let's talk just briefly about your career. When did you get into? By the way, we're talking big time arm wrestler over here, and we'll talk about his accolades in a second. When did you start getting interest in that?
Yeah, so I probably arm wrestled ever since I was just a little kid. Would arm wrestle my dad, whatever. But my first passion was martial arts. I got into martial arts when I was 10 years old. Did Shotokan karate here in Hot Springs for 3 years. Then I started taking taekwondo in Malvern. By the time I was 14, I was a black belt. Did a few years of taekwondo, then a year of Thai boxing. But during all that time, I used to always just arm wrestle my dad or whatever. Crazy thing was, my little 4'11" grandmother, when I was 14 years old, she could beat me in arm wrestling and outrun me in a 40-yard dash in grandma shoes. Yeah, she was a beast. And I do remember back in the day, her and my dad was about 6'1", 200 pounds. And they'd sit up and just lock up in the center of the table and just, neither one of them hardly
Really?
going. She was strong. My God, that woman was strong. But I think I beat my dad for the first time when I was 15. By my senior in high school, I could beat everybody in school. And I was at Votech, and they're like, that guy over there's second in the state. So I was like, okay, cool. We got on the cafeteria table. I beat him. He said, you should go to this tournament.
Huh.
And that was the 1990 Saline County Fair.
Wow.
The crazy thing about that is Rebecca and I met, 2011. Now, I'm telling this story, and she goes, I was actually at that Saline County Fair in a cheerleading competition. But it took us another, 21 years to meet. And we
Why
were both.
didn't you just meet her that day? It could
I
have saved
feel like
a lot
that
of
would
time and
have
effort,
made
right?
life a lot easier for sure.
Blondes.
Yeah.
I just didn't have what it took.
Well,
That's
no,
not
that's
true.
not what you said earlier. You were whatever.
You superstar girl.
Superstar girl. That's what I heard.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. Tell me a little bit about that time frame there. How did you guys meet?
So, I was a nurse at Big Baptist in Little Rock and just working 12 hours at a very busy unit. I didn't have time to really tend to my nutrition like I needed to. And weight came on unexpectedly, and I wasn't.
Weight? You mean like body weight kind of
I
stuff?
got chubby. Yes, I
Really?
got chubby. Yes.
I can't envision you being
So
chubby.
I was very alarmed, and I started trying to get myself in shape. Long story short, I took the wrong way to try and get in shape and got myself very unhealthy. My close friend at the time recommended this personal trainer out of Cabot. Well, I didn't know he was from Cabot, but
Mhm.
recommended this personal trainer, gave me a phone number. I called the phone number. Turns out it was him. He set up a consultation.
Cabot?
Cabot. I was driving from Glen Rose to Cabot twice a week to meet this personal trainer and get my body in shape. 3 weeks into training, he put the moves on me.
The moves.
The moves.
The moves. So the bodybuilder kind of guy
Yeah.
with that kind of athletic background put the moves on Miss Chubby.
He did. He
Wow.
did. Now, to put it...
You weren't chubby at that point.
I
She had
was
lost
not.
20 pounds on her own by the
I
time
did.
she found me.
Okay.
But what
But I was
happened was
unhealthy.
she was a med flight nurse, and they found her in the changing room or whatever women's locker room seizing because she had her electrolytes were out of balance and everything. So she got herself in the ER. Then that's when her friend told her about me. So she came. I'm always like, hey, it's God family getting in shape. It's not that high priority. Don't do my program. She said she wanted to do it. Took her shopping, and then 3 weeks in, I started.
Whoa. You took her shopping.
I used to take everybody shopping because I want to make sure I wasn't just going to tell you what to buy. We went shopping so I could show you what to buy.
To make sure you
Yeah,
actually
you're
put
going
it
to
in
buy the
buggy
right
and took it
food
home.
because
Yeah.
what happens if we're 3 weeks in, 6 weeks in, and you tell me you've been following the meal plan, and then I'm like, well, tell me what you've been eating, and you show me the stuff you're eating, you bought the wrong stuff.
Right?
Yeah,
Oh,
so-
you're shopping for food.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish it's shopping. I mean,
Oh,
that could,
I guess
that
it
has a
could-
lot of
I
connotations.
guess it could. In my
Yeah.
mind, it was 100% just shopping.
Okay,
for food,
shopping.
but yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so then, like she said, 3 weeks in, she said I was messing up the count. And
He was.
she's like, you seem distracted. And then at the end of the workout, I said, I think I'm distracted. I think it's you. I think I'm attracted to you. So,
You said that?
He did.
yeah, so professional, right?
He's like,
It worked out. You know what I'm saying? It worked out.
I've
And-
never used that line
Take
before.
notes, Holmes. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how it works. Yeah.
But tell him what I did next.
Oh, she ran up.
I did.
Yeah, she's all right. Well, I'll see you later.
Left.
It's like, well, swing and a miss. You know what I'm saying? Then a couple days later, she came back because I had a 3-day-week program, and we combined it into a 2-day-week split because she was driving an hour and 15 minutes each way. So she wouldn't come back till Thursday. And then she came back Thursday. I put her through the hardest workout she'd ever done and didn't mention anything to you. And at the end of it, she goes, I said, so what, you think about anything about what I said? And she goes, yeah, I think I'm interested in you too. I'm like, that's what I thought.
Mr. Cool. Man, could I have used you back in those days? I'm telling you what. How long between then and the time you actually proposed to her?
Man, so that was 2011. Proposed,
3 years.
Yeah,
3
proposed
long
in
years.
3
2015.
years. And were you kind of waiting for that to happen, or just kind of happened?
No, I knew I had him.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was a pretty cool proposal, to be honest.
It was a great proposal, but no, I picked up my ring and
Yeah, we knew what was up. But
Oh,
my buddy,
really?
yeah, we were in. My buddy lived in Huntington Beach, California, and we did an event. And he threw me the keys to his Lamborghini Gallardo, and I drove down the PCH, and then we stopped. So the funny thing was, I was too big for the car, so we couldn't have the top down because the top would hit my head. So we had to have the top down. So I'm driving down, and I'm gonna try to find a beach that I can propose to her at, but I have to be able to see the car because I can't put the top up. I have no idea how to find out how to put the top up. So I keep driving. I finally find a spot where there's like a little lifeguard stand next to the parking lot where I can still see the car. And so after I end up proposing and everything, I have to ask somebody, so where are we at? And what was North San Clemente Beach? Yeah. Yeah. And then we came back on the interstate home. It was a pretty good drive. Pretty cool.
Tell me about what you're doing today. We're jumping way forward, but this is for a purpose.
Well, I'll let Rebecca take most of this, but we have a 7,000 square foot personal training facility at our home. We also have an outdoor fitness space as
that's
well.
private.
It is private just to us and to trainer clients. So it's called Monster Factory Fitness. And that's where we do one-on-one personal training with, clients. So
Our clients are looking for a specific experience. They don't want to be in a crowded gym. They don't want to have to worry about what am I going to be wearing to the gym today. They can literally come
Right.
as they are.
Yeah.
We've had people show up in everything from their morning pajamas to just we had folks work out in their jeans just right from work.
scrubs,
Suit
anything,
pants,
whatever. Yeah.
dress, whatever. But they show up as they are, and we handle everything from the time they walk in the door till the time that they leave. They know what they're doing. They're usually just talking to us. It's kind of like when you go and sit in your barber chair and you talk about your life. They don't have to think about how they're working out, what they're doing while they're working out. We're just putting through the movements and they're going someplace else. But the biggest part of it is the privacy. They don't feel like they have to be judged. A lot of our clients are also folks that maybe were in really good shape at one time have lost that shape, and they're higher in the community, and they don't want to be judged by their peers.
I know that God is important in y'all's life. Faith is important, as it is in mine. And what part of that has come into your journey, Michael?
Oh, so I've always had a very intimate relationship with God. I mean, growing up in the South, I just thought everyone was a believer because it's just my whole life I've been exposed to it. The thing that was most impactful moment of my life, because throughout my entire life, I've always told that, God was going to come back. And I think my mother told her that, her mother told her that, like each generation said that. But when my mom told me that and my grandmother told me that, I just believed it to be true. So in October 2023, my mother passed away, and I had never let myself believe there'd be a time on earth that I'd be here without my mom, because I thought God would return.
Sure.
So when that happened to me, it was like a reality that I just couldn't face, and it put me in a very downward, dark spin. I went from the ultimate optimist to a guy that was no longer wanting to be here. So tried multiple things, nothing worked. Some things made the depression worse. There's a couple occasions when she found me pretty close to calling it quits, right? And finally, I tried ketamine. And the first time I tried ketamine, I'm not someone who drinks or has ever done any drugs. And I don't like being out of control. So the first ketamine treatment, didn't like the experience at all.
What is that now? Most people don't know what that term is.
Okay, so ketamine has actually been a treatment for different types of depression, monopolar, bipolar depression stuff, going back as far as 2 decades. It's just not been widely known, widely used, but it's been widely studied.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's being used, basically it is a brain reset. If you will think about once someone has, or just imagine for me, once someone has started having ideation, anytime that they're met with something difficult, it can even be mildly difficult in life. Because their brain has already gone there, that path is paved, and now the brain just goes there so much quicker.
Mm-hmm.
Even if they'd never thought about it before, once they do, that road is paved, and that's where the brain goes. Now, if you will imagine, ketamine is like a big snow. Snow goes in, covers up all of those paved roads. So now the brain has got to reroute how it's going to deal with those difficult moments. And that person now can work on different coping skills without having the intrusive thoughts that they might.
Okay.
So ketamine is life-changing. And for him specifically, it was one of those things where we needed something to work quick, fast, in a hurry. And I don't know how deep you go on your show, so I'm just going to...
I go wherever it takes us.
Okay. If you will give me just a couple of minutes to talk about this.
Go ahead.
When we went to his first appointment, when we were getting ready to do the ketamine, which we had found out about from some of our friends, we had done SSRIs. He had tried marijuana, because you can get a card for that for depression.
Sure.
It did not work. The SSRIs actually made it worse. Talk therapy was not helping. We had to stop the thoughts where they were. When you first go in to meet with your psychiatrist, and basically it's to determine how serious the danger is. And the score goes from, I think it's 0 to 28. Michael was a 27.
Wow.
He went from thinking about it multiple times a day to it not entering his mind.
Wow.
After one treatment. And he had 8 treatments. And by the time we completed his last treatment, his depression score went down to a 3. So he was not even feeling depressed. He'd have moments of depression, but he wasn't living in that space anymore.